Hey up everyone, so my first movie review of 2024 is the new Mean Girls movie, Mean Girls 2024 I suppose, which is a remake of the beloved 2004 film by Mark Waters and was written by Tina Fey, and that film became an unexpectedly huge and one of the most influential films of the past 20 years. It is still referenced and quoted in pop culture on a day-to-day basis. On Wednesdays we wear pink. Whatever, I'm getting cheese fries. You can't sit with us! You go, Glen Coco! We should all just stab Caesar! She doesn't even go here! That film really was a phenomenon. They even made a Broadway musical based on the film, and now they've made a film based on the musical, which was based on the film. So in short, it's a remake of the 2004 film, but with singing and dancing this time. As you probably already clocked, I am a mega fan of the 2004 film. I've talked about it on the channel extensively about why Mean Girls is an important movie. I've even done a parody video of the iconic four-way phone call scene with my besties who, ironically, we're called the Heathers, not the Plastics, which is just gonna make me sound even older than I actually am. Just for the record, I am a 90s bitch. But yeah, no matter how good or bad the first reactions to the new Mean Girls movie were, I was still gonna go see this film. I saw it last night, and boy, was it a disappointment. I knew going into it, it was never gonna be anywhere near as good as the 2004 original, but even I was surprised by just how disappointed I was by this. The plot is exactly the same. Homeschooled Katie Heron, played in this film by Angourie Rice, joins an American high school where she's taken in by this group of cool girls known as the Plastics, and we watch Katie as she tries to navigate the new environment of high school where she's among all these cliquey mean girls, the queen bee of which is Regina George, played in this film by Renee Rapp. The only differences between this film and the previous are the characters burst into song and dance in this one, and it's now set in the TikTok era. But other than that, it's pretty much a clone of the 2004 film, and that's a problem because I've already seen this film, and its new offerings didn't do anything to improve on its predecessor. Part of what made the 2004 film such a winner was the astute, observational, and zesty script by Tina Fey. The script for that film is quite frankly genius. It's why the film is still quoted to this day. Why are you so obsessed with me? And for Gretchen Wieners. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die. Is butter a carb? One time, she punched me in the face. It was awesome. Boo, you whore. Oh my god, Danny DeVito, I love your work. I'm a mouse, duh. But yeah, in this new film, when the characters aren't singing to each other, you've got certain scenes where the characters are actually repeating the exact same dialogue from the first film, word for word, and often in the same delivery as the original film. And it's like, this was funny and fresh back in 2004, but now it just feels lazy and stale. Sure, on occasion I appreciate an in-joke or a nostalgic reference, but in this case, it's not like you're giving a cheeky wink to the audience from time to time. No, what you're doing is literally repeating the same dialogue verbatim. So it makes the audience ask, why am I paying to see this when I've already seen it? Sure, the introduction of musical numbers is the USP of this version, but honestly, I don't think the music did anything to elevate the story. Just for the record, I haven't seen the Broadway show, but I am gonna go see it once the show transfers to the West End later this year. But after watching this film, I don't think I could tell you the name of a single song, which isn't a good sign. On the positive side, I will say I did enjoy some of the execution of some of the musical sequences. Directors Samantha Jane and Arturo Perez Jr. do employ some dynamic camera work, like there's some cool twisty shots down a corridor and a lot of one takes, which I appreciated. And there was the odd new joke from time to time, which did make me laugh, like the scene where Tina Fey's teacher character, Miss Norbury, attempts to burst into song, which feels very much like a scene from 30 Rock with Liz Lemon. That did make me chuckle. And Avantika, who plays this film's Karen, she got some funny new lines, like when she compares a zit to a face breast. She was probably my favorite of the new iterations of these characters. Like, Avantika made Karen more ditzy. She often stole scenes even when her character wasn't talking. Like, she'll just be off to the side and she'll have this dopey look on her face, and I found that hilarious. So yeah, kudos to her. She was probably my favorite performance of this film, but as far as the characters go in this film, I don't think anybody did anything to improve on the originals. Yeah, like the guy that got to play Aaron Samuels in this film, Christopher Briney, I think. Yeah, not my Aaron Samuels, sorry. No offense to him, like, he gives a perfectly fine performance in this film. It's just, he feels a little miscast. He's kind of a wet rag, and yeah, he just doesn't have that sort of, like, infatuation, chemistry that Jonathan Bennett brought to the role in the original. Although I will say, they got the mum casting in this film spot on. Busy Phillips as Renee Rapp's mother, Mrs. George, perfection. And then you've got Jenna Fisher, who plays Angourie Rice's mother, Miss Heron. She was also spot on. The only other person I think would match even more is Amy Adams, because there were times in this where Angourie Rice was giving me Amy Adams in Enchanted. I wonder if Amy Adams was approached for the role, but she was probably like, oh no, I can't deal with the flack of doing another musical after Dear Evan Hansen. Honestly, the most impressive thing about Mean Girls 2024 is the fact that 20 years has passed since Tina Fey wrote and starred in the first film, and Tina Fey has not aged a single day in those 20 years. You know what it is? It's all the residuals she's been making from the original Mean Girls movie and the musical. Yet she has the money and the resources to afford to fight off aging. But yeah, she looks fantastic in this film. So let's ask those 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? I am going to go see this film again, not because I want to, but because all of us Heathers agreed we would go watch this film together, so I have to go see it again. So I will definitely be watching this film once more for sure, but after that, probably never again. The 2004 film is perfection already. Why would I want to watch a cheaper, less fun replica of that? Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Oof. I would say if you're a fan of the original Mean Girls or the Broadway musical, yeah, go see it. Form your own opinion on it. Just don't go into it expecting greatness. It's a lot of the same dialogue, same delivery. Normally, I'm a big fan of recycling, but in this case, it's very much been there, done that. So yeah, see it once. That's all I'm gonna say. And third question, what score to give it out of 10? Mean Girls 2024 is an echo chamber of something far greater. It looks and sounds the same as something you love, but it ultimately feels hollow. It tries to differentiate itself by being a musical, but at the end of the day, it is still coasting on its own nostalgia to the point where it doesn't do enough to justify its existence. It's just dawning on me now that they're releasing this movie in January, you know, the month where they send movies off to die a quiet death because they know they're not that good. God, am I the mean girl now? But yeah, this film just felt unnecessary, so I'm gonna give Mean Girls 2024 a score of 4 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you excited for the new Mean Girls movie? Have you seen it? If you have, what did you make of this movie? How do they compare for you? What's your favorite Mean Girls quote as well? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video, help me out by hitting the little thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars-related content, don't forget to click subscribe, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Harefield, and I'll see you later, losers.